Our 2015 Citizen of the Year has had a tremendous positive impact on our community in so many different areas, and our community has benefited immensely from his focus on his circle of influence. In letters of nomination, friends describe our nominee as caring, loyal, optimistic, and full of praise and compliments for others. Other phrases they used were a great entertainer, an unselfish giver of himself and his resources, a terrific high school teacher, counselor, and coach. As a Kendallville native, I feel very fortunate that 49 years ago, which I wasn't born yet, in 1966, after graduating from Manchester College, our nominee interviewed for a position at Avila Middle School. After the interview was completed, Superintendent Redmond asked the nominee if he was going to take the job. Our nominee told Redmond that he still had 2 or 3 other interviews at other school corporations that he wanted to complete before deciding. Redmond told him that it was a take it or leave it deal, and he had to make a decision right then. And the rest is history, and lucky for us, our nominee took the job. Our nominee met his wife on a blind date set up by a mutual friend. That date resulted in a 40th wedding anniversary celebrated just last year. The couple has a son, daughter-in-law, and 2 darling granddaughters. It appears that our nominee likes sports a little as well. His influence has been deep and strong. Over 34 years, our nominee coached 9 different sports and accumulated 557 wins, including sectional and regional titles. And I mentioned he is a bus driver too. Sometimes he drove the bus to get the student athletes to their game on time. His personal awards include Coach of the Year 9 times, District Coach of the Year 5 times in 4 different sports, and he was inducted into the East Noble Hall of Fame as the only coach to win sectionals in 4 different sports. He is also a member of the Indiana High School Softball Hall of Fame and the Indiana Sports Writers and Sportscasters Hall of Fame. Yes, our nominee is a sportscaster too. He has broadcast play-by-play East Noble football, basketball, and baseball games for nearly 40 years. In 2010, our nominee began hosting a popular sports talk show on 95.5 FM The Hawk. Guests have included Olympian Amy Bagley, NBA player Brad Miller, and former coaches like Lou Holtz, Gene Cady, and Steve Alford. I also want to let you know that our nominee played a major role in keeping the only local radio station alive for our community after the tragic and unexpected passing of Don Moore. One of the interesting things that I learned while researching our nominee's past was that he was very athletic himself. Our nominee grew up in the small town of Bern, Indiana, and played on the 1961 Bern Bears basketball team that upset Fort Wayne's Southside to win the regional tournament and advance to semi-state. Another favorite memory for our nominee is when he and his son got to watch in person their favorite professional baseball team, the St. Louis Cardinals, win the World Series in 2011. According to the letters of nomination, our Citizen of the Year has brought new life to the Kendallville Lions Club by supporting and initiating projects to help the community. He's rumored to have delivered several hundred Christmas hams himself. I'm very fortunate because I get to see our nominee weekly, since I'm a regular at Arby's for coffee. I need to tell you that I definitely got to see a different side of our nominee a few weeks ago. He shocked our entire group with a prank that literally took our breath away. You really should ask him about it sometime. Our nominee has sang with the Apple Chords and Applesauce Quartet for the last 30 years, and also in the choir at the Kendallville Presbyterian Church. He regularly announces at community events such as the Kendallville Christmas Parade, Light the Night, and the Sprint Triathlon. The Kendallville Public Library has benefited from our nominee, who served on its board of directors at the time when the new library was envisioned, designed, and built. Our nominee is an energetic and passionate voice for Kendallville and the East Noble community. His friends' letter nomination said it simply but best. We cannot think of anyone more deserving of Kendallville's Citizen of the Year than Fred Eniger.
I'm not speechless very often. And obviously the committee did not talk to my wife. I'm very humbled and very honored, but very embarrassed as I met so many people here that are far more deserving than I am. As Erica said, I can remember 49 years ago, I graduated from Manchester looking for a job, and this story is true about Mr. Redmond. He took me down to a villa, and he was a man of few words. I tried to talk to him, and he wouldn't talk. And we got in the car after he jumped me off the Gene Cogan for a little bit, and came back and got me, and we started driving away, and he said, well, we'll go back to the office and sign the contract. I said, well, wait a minute. He said, well, did you come to waste my time, or did you come for a job? And fortunately, I said, no, I came for a job. And I told my parents, you know, I could be there a year and I could move on. And 49 years later, obviously, I'm still here. Because we have a great city, a great mayor, a great council, but most of all, great people. And you've heard it before all night about how much this community means to everybody, about great folks, great businesses, great people. I see the hop people back there who have to put up with me every day. I feel so sorry for them. Because, man, again, I'm just overwhelmed. I'm not deserving, but I'm extremely honored. And to my wife, Vicki, for putting up with me. Thank you so much. I'll tell you what, you go through so much, and well, I just want to thank you so much. Not deserving, but certainly honored. I appreciate all of you. I love you all. Thank you very much.